Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here, and...
Hello, boys and girls.
Say hi, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
It is July 16th, 2016. It is Saturday evening. It is 5 o'clock p.m. already. And what is the weather like, Mr. Heide?
And the weather is today, currently 87 degrees, a high today of 89, real feel temperature of 102 degrees, and they're predicting possible rain showers over the next couple days.
That would be nice.
Don't be rude and interrupt. I love you. Back at you, Teresa.
Thank you, Mr. Heide.
You're welcome, Mrs. Heidi.
Wow, our name match.
I know, can you believe that?
What? Even if you are unfriended.
I know. 3 times today.
That's number 4.
Oh, when did you unfriend me again?
Just now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty much used to it.
I know. What to do. So, yesterday, big news flash. Yes, we took nap or laid down. Did we? Did we take? Yeah, we did. And then, when we woke up, we were waiting for the doctor's office to call again. Okay, get this. This is the newest thing, okay? And when I even talked to the nurse on Monday, she said, yes, continue taking the amount of your old script in Wyoming. This has been a mess up. I put it in the computer the way it was supposed to be, and it kicked it back to just 1 instead of the 5. She said, but go ahead and take what you're supposed to take, and I'll get this sent back over and fixed. Well, then Wednesday, by Wednesday we had no scripts or anything. And we call, we've been working on it every day since then. The latest thing is, now they think that my new doctor decided that I no longer need to take 100 milligrams of Lasix a day, that I could just get away with 20 all of a sudden. And 1 potassium instead of 4. Now, I even asked her when I saw her, was I supposed to continue to take my medicine like I was in Wyoming? And she said yes. Until we get blood work back and see how you're doing, yes. But see, because they have no idea. She never even looked at any of the notes all week long or anything. I am not impressed by this doctor, and she doesn't have a very good rating. But, the thing is, when you're going to a clinic that has a sliding fee, or is for us lower income folks, you don't really have much of a choice. And in this area we're in right now, until we get up closer to Tallahassee, we really don't have much of a choice. So, she might look at it Tuesday when she comes back in. And I told my husband, I was very upset last night. I said, how do these doctors sleep at night? I mean, I'm getting so swollen already and everything because I'm taking just the 1 now, instead of the 5 that I'm supposed to take. But how do they sleep at night? And they don't care if they call you back or not. I mean, they say give them 48 to 72 hours on a refill. Well, this is why they got me in to see her so quick, is because I needed the Lasix. And then the whole entire next week, she couldn't be bothered to ever check, to ever respond. I mean, I feel sorry for her nurses and her staff, because she really is just, I'm sorry, but quite shitty. But for now, it's kind of stuck where we are until, we get something done with the Medicaid and all that, or they get us some kind of insurance going. So that's where that is. I had a good little cry about it, very frustrated and stuff, and then I just kind of, I gotta just kind of brush it. I just gotta kind of put it on my mind. It is what it is. If I get very, very ill and I have trouble breathing and stuff because of the edema in my lungs, then, I did make a private video that I didn't even post, but it's just kind of documenting what's gone on. So if I do get very sick and end up in the hospital or anything, there'll be some documentation, because then we will be suing. Bottom line. But, you know, I know millions of us go through this all the time. They've got to do something about medical care in the United States. It shouldn't be just for the rich. It should be for all of us. You know. I mean, it's just very sad, you know. But yeah, I don't think some of them don't take their Hippocratic oath very seriously at all. You know, first do no harm. But anyway, enough about that.
You know, it's not a funny situation, but I've had visions of you puffing up like the Blueberry Girl on.
It's really not funny.
No, it isn't.
It's very painful.
I can imagine.
Yeah. You know, it's very painful.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I've seen it pop up, and I can imagine.
Yeah, it is painful. But I'm making the best of it. Doesn't do any good to take it out on him, or take it out on you guys, or take it out on anybody else. You know. You know, I'm just documenting everything, and if I have some serious things happen because of it, I have documentation, and we will take our next recourse in that. So Brad made barbecue chicken last night, and some instant potatoes. They were horrible. they were great value Walmart brand, and they were gritty. So, you know, but he just did that because we, you know, he was in a hurry and I was upset. So, and then some mixed vegetable.
Well, you know, I told you last night that that's the first time I've ever cooked those exactly according to the directions in the box.
Yeah, I know.
So,
and then he didn't go fishing because we've been talking and stuff, you know, because once your husband retires from work, it is an adjustment period for both of you, because, you know, he was used to going to work every day, and I was used to being by myself every day. 4 years. Not that I wanted to be by myself. It got very, very lonely, you know, and stuff. Very hard. You know, and I know so many other women can attest to that. It can be very lonely and stuff. Some days you really enjoy it, and some days, you know, you're just kind of counting the hours. And then, especially like he would work so many hours and so late. But so, literally, even though you're married and you see each other, I mean, let's take, you know, if your husband gets home at 7 o'clock at night, by the time you finish with dinner, he goes to bed at 10, you might spend 2 hours together. And then if you have to do anything like go grocery shopping or do any other kind of household chores, yard work, etc., there's not that much time. So it's been an adjustment period for both of us, because first he had to get used to not going to work all the time. Then I didn't realize how much pain he was in all the time, because he was able to hide it because he was at work. And some of the things physically that had happened to him that kind of came as a shock to me. Like I said, I didn't realize that, you know, he does walk a lot slower because of the neuropathy and the failing eyesight also. You know, and also, you know, he moves a lot slower because if you twist or turn suddenly with the back, you know, and at first I thought, well, you know, maybe he was depressed or something, you know, because you kind of wonder. And it's like, no, it's just a big adjustment time. And, you know, with the back pain and stuff is far worse than I knew it was. You know, and now that he's around all the time, you know, I'm like, you know, we've been doing a lot of talking and stuff. And it's like, I had no idea that, you know, and he's, you know, while he didn't want me to know, he didn't want me to worry and stuff, you know, and you know, so, but, you know, we were talking about that, and he said, you know, some nights it's so painful for him to even walk down to the pier to go fishing, you know, and, or to even take the dogs for a walk and stuff, which I can fully understand, you know. So, he didn't go fishing last night. His back hurt. We put the TENS unit on. I don't know, did it really help, or did it help some?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think if I remember right, reading about what the TENS unit does, is it it kind of numbs the nerves.
Yeah.
You know. And yeah, that did help quite a bit.
From what I've read and understood, and if anybody else knows more about the TENS unit, please feel free to comment. Is that it causes your nerves are misfiring, and that's what you pick the different frequencies that work best and feel best, and it gets them to quit misfiring for a while to get everything to relax. And maybe that's why you slept better last night.
That could have been too.
You know, he finally did get some sleep last night. Now, we had an extra mattress that we had taken off there's a pull-down bunk above the driver and passenger seat. You can pull it down and there's another bed up there. Well, we took that mattress off of there and we were using it on the pull-out couch here in the front room, thinking that would help him. It didn't. It didn't help him. It was very uncomfortable, and it's long enough that you have to kind of be at an incline. Now, I like to sleep at an incline, but he does not. He wants to sleep on his side flat. And he said it was making his back kind of twist in strange ways and stuff. So, he slept without that, and he slept much better. And I did some looming. Big surprise. Yeah.
Quick comment. You were talking about the TENS unit.
Yeah.
And I've finally gotten to a point that, you know, because you want to shut off the power before you unhook it.
Yeah.
Because the person unhooking you they'll get zapped.
Mm-hmm.
And how many times have I gone to shut that thing off and accidentally turned the dials the wrong way?
Oh, yeah.
And up the voltage.
And I was like, ah! You know, so I did a bunch of looming last night. This shawl is to the halfway point. Now I'm going to have to figure out if I can remember how to decrease. But yeah, I'm right at the half. I'm at, because I've used 3 skeins so far. So yeah, I've
Did
got
you tell them it used to be a hat?
Yeah, they know. If they've been watching my videos that I frog the hat. And then, so anyway, I've been working on that. Haven't done any painting yet. I don't know if I'll do any tonight or not because we're going to watch a couple movies. Today so far, we've just been relaxing. We did try to take naps, but we just kind of slept off and on. Then we got up. We ran a couple movies from Redbox. It's Hello, I'm Doris with Sally Field. And then London is Falling is the other one, which both seem like they'll be really good movies. And Brad had the brilliant suggestion that we make nachos, because he was going to make spaghetti. He really didn't feel like cooking, and we're just kind of trying to take a relaxing day, just kind of, you know, hanging out with each other, just, you know, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, we're going to make nachos tonight, watch movies. And I'm going to be looming, of course, you know. And we've been talking a lot more about our dreams and hopes. And our thing is, and it will come to a big shock, maybe, maybe not. We're not really digging the RV lifestyle too much. It's okay. It did what it's supposed to do, which was got us here. Got us out here. Do we have any intention of traveling all over in it? No. Now, if it was just the two of us and we didn't have the animals, and, you know, this wasn't where we live all the time. No, Brad's saying no. Well, I got to listen to him. He's the one that drives it. You know, I wouldn't, it's big enough, I wouldn't feel comfortable probably driving it, just me personally. Definitely not pulling a vehicle. He's the one that hooks everything up. He's saying no. You know what he told me last night? Okay, if you don't want to hear him cussing, it'd be now to put it on delete for about 15 seconds. He said, as soon as we get into a house, we're selling the fucker. He said, you know, he wants to sleep. We want to both sleep in a normal bed again. We want to have a full bathroom again, a full kitchen, you know. But yeah, so Audrey, we really want to get out of this. It's hard on the dog. I mean, they're doing well, but it is hard on the big dogs. They don't get a yard to run in. And yes, we knew all this getting out here, but this was our option. To move with 6 animals is not easy. And people can pick apart your decision, but it was our decision, and it's what we did to make sure that we took our animals with us. You know, they're doing pretty well, but we really want them to have a yard, even if it's just a smaller area, fenced off, 6 feet high, because we got a jumper. You know, Nixie, our giant schnauzer, she can jump, she can clear. So,
yeah, she could clear. We had that 4-foot chain link.
Yeah, she could clear it like it wasn't there.
Yeah, she just bop right over.
But we want to get you know, an area, even if it's that we end up buying some land, and at first we even end up living in the RV for a while. What we really want to do is be able to buy a trailer house, even if it's just a smaller one to start with, and so we can sell the RV. So that's what our hopes and our dreams are, is that either we would find somebody that, you know, what we ideally is, and I've seen it happen sometimes where instead of, you know, you have to have a certain amount of cash down and you'd have to have owner financing, that sometimes they'll take like a vehicle or something instead, you know, that equals about the same amount of cash. We're hoping maybe we'll be able to find somebody that we'll be able to do that with and say, okay, you know, our RV's worth X amount of dollars, and you want X amount of dollars for a down payment. How about we, you know, we do that instead, or, you know, that they would even say, okay, I'll wait, you know, a month or 2 months for the down payment. You can go ahead and move in and, you know, sell your RV. So that's what our hopes and our dreams are.
You know, and a big thing we're running into, and it was the same thing we saw other people running into back in Wyoming, was the dog prejudices.
We're running into a lot of that, and we knew we probably would, and it's all over the United States. But, you know, our Mastiff is labeled an aggressive breed, even though, you know, he's the sweetest thing ever. And I know everybody says it, but, you know, anybody that, you know, like Dina and Emily met all of our dogs and stuff and can tell you that our two big dogs are the sweetest things ever. You know, which I don't understand, because so often little dogs are more aggressive than the big dogs. And I mean, little dogs are harder to see because, you know, they're down there and stuff. And also little dogs I've owned anyway, I've had more of a problem with wanting to go potty in a house than the big dog. But anyway, so we're running into a prejudice as far as finding a place to rent that we could rent with the number of animals we have and with the size. So that's why we're thinking we're probably going to have to go ahead and buy something, you know. But one of the concerns is there's no way my husband can work. We've been kicking around the idea for a while and stuff, but with the back and stuff, you know, he has a hard time, frankly, doing just normal household things. I mean, you know, and, you know, it's been a hard pill for him to swallow, that he can't do a lot of the things. Like, he loves to bike ride, and there's just no way, he even said there's no way he can be able to ever ride a bike again, probably, you know. I mean, one of our concerns is we want to get into a normal living situation, because when he does start going, you know, he's filed for disability, but he's going to have to be seen by doctors and start going through all that. We know it can take like 3 years or more for disability, but if they were to do anything medically to him, they're going to want him to be able to come home into a normal house, not try to, you know, maneuver in an RV with me and 6 animals. So, you know, it's a concern, and we knew all that coming into this, but we did what we had to do to get here. I mean, you know, there was a lot of other stuff going into play as far as what was going on in Wyoming that we just aren't at liberty to discuss, you know, but it is what it is.
And honestly, bitching about it
won't do any good.
No.
You know,
it won't.
And it didn't happen just us, it's happened to thousands of people in Wyoming, so, you know, it's life. That's our dreams and our hopes, so I think it's good to always have some dreams and hope. You don't want to get a hard line about it has to happen by this date or that date, because it could happen. Let's say it could happen next month. We could luck into finding a property or a housing deal that would work, or it could happen 6 months, Our goal is a year from when we moved here. So, but you know, all we can do is plan on it, keep our eye out, pray on it, and you know, I have faith in my husband and in God. So that's, you know, that's all we can do, and not complain about it. You know, my main thing, like I said, is wanting my husband to not be in as much pain, and just for us to spend time together and be happy. So, you know,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
You know, and I like to loom and paint. You know, I don't think I'll probably getting painting done today, like I said, but maybe tomorrow. I do have some different ones. I'm going to be doing some wildlife, so, and some insects and flowers and stuff. So, because I want to change. I'm getting a little tired of doing sunsets and stuff. I mean, I will in the future probably do more because I have 1,000 pictures that I've taken, but I'm getting a little burned out. I figure you guys probably get a little burned out looking at the same thing. So, anyway, what else you guys say, babe?
I think you pretty much covered it all.
I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Is it hot where you are? It's not as hot today as it has been.
No.
Now, it was so humid out when we got up. Our windows were all humid, you know, all the, steamed up and everything. And whenever I see steamed up windows, it reminds me of when I was a child. My mom would be making soup, or my grandmother and my great-grandmother. And they were old German cooks, you know, so, you know, you make the egg noodles and stuff, and you have them draped on newspaper over every chair in the front room, you know, Grandma's house, honey.
Yeah. And
the kitchen and stuff, and slice them and stuff. But they would always be making soup. And my grandmother believed that you always need to have a glass jar, a pickle jar, old pickle jar, a big one, you know, of soup in your fridge at all times. So whenever the windows are steamed up, that's what reminds me of. It's the smell of the chicken stock. Maybe that's why I always want chicken noodle soup whenever I'm sick. And my husband always makes it for me, you know. But yeah. And yeah, I've made my own noodles before. I don't now because I don't have the room, but and I don't keep soup in the fridge. I would if we had a full-size fridge. I used to, you know, for the last couple of years. So it usually used to be either some vegetable soup or some chicken noodle soup or something.
Yeah. I don't think you made noodles since you and I have been together.
Yeah, I did a couple times, yeah. Yeah. I don't like to make noodles. The thing is, I don't like to work with flour. Now get me, I love to bake, and I love to make cookies and cakes and that kind of stuff. I don't make near as much as I'd like to, because then we eat it, you know. And yeah, but I mean, when my kids were growing up, I made cookies all the time. You know, I can drop some cookies, but I hate working with anything with the grittiness of flour that you have to roll stuff out. Like, I hate making sugar cookies. I hate it. I won't do it. I don't like making pie crust from scratch, because I don't like anything where you have to sprinkle the flour and use the rolling pin. Now, if I can put it between two sheets of plastic or wax paper and roll it out without all the extra flour, I'm good to go. But I don't like, so the egg noodles and stuff, you know, with, you know, I don't do. And I gave away my pasta maker before we moved here, brand new, never used it and stuff, to a friend of ours, because, you know, again, we don't need to make pasta because we'll eat it, and, you know, you gotta really watch the carbs, so.
Eating it is bad.
Yeah, so, anyway, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Hope you have a great Saturday night. I hope that you get to cuddle up with your loved one and watch a show or watch a movie, or, you know, maybe go out to dinner or barbecue something, or, you know, even if you're by yourself, just ignore the world, do something you really like to do. You know, read a book, you know, draw a picture. Even if you think you are the crappiest artist in the world, as long as you have that urge and that desire, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because guaranteed, there will be somebody who likes your work. Even if you think it's just horrible, there will be somebody who really likes your work. Because there's so many different, you know, genres and appeals, you know. And I mean, so don't ever quit. It's just like, I like to sing. Now, I can't sing worth squat. I see, you hear him laughing. I cannot sing worth squat. But I'll go ahead and sing in my house anyway, or in my car, because I like to.
Remember the other day, it was a while back, we had all the windows open and you were painting and singing and yeah.
Yeah, I forgot we are in an RV park and I had the headphones on and Brad come in and he's laughing. He's like, do you realize the windows are open? I'm like, oh crap. Oh well, they probably got a good giggle too, and that's okay. Right, hon?
Yeah.
Alright, love you guys. And I cherish your friendship, and I think you're all awesome. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.